I'm originally from Zimbabwe, where I grew up on a smallholder farm, and I'm trained as an agricultural economist. What drives me is addressing global food security and nutritional security. I dream of a world where nobody has to go to bed hungry, and a large part of my work is really focused on how can we create solutions that allow more people, especially smallholder farmers around the world, to grow their own food and feed their families. One of the key research areas I've been working on pertains to seed sector development in Sub-Saharan Africa. I've always been fascinated by the power of innovation and technologies to transform lives, especially for poor people. One of those magical technologies happens to be seed. Within seed, agricultural seed, the thing that you plant in the ground, breeders can encode their nutritional security, resistance or resilience to climate change, longer shelf life. All these things can be packaged in the genetics of a plant, and the only thing that farmers need to know is that they can put this in the soil and it performs like magic. However, the challenge happens to be that most smallholder farmers around the world do not have access to these amazing technologies that are developed at places like Cornell. My research work is trying to identify within that flow of technology from the research and breeding to the point it gets to that smallholder farmer in rural Malawi. What are the critical choke points that need to be addressed to allow that technology to flow through that entire system to make sure that it gets to the farmer at the end of the day and it does what it's supposed to do? So I started a research project a while ago called the African Seed Access Index, where we're working in right now about 23 different African countries, trying to identify for policymakers, for investors, for researchers, what are those critical areas that need to be addressed to make sure that the most vulnerable population have access to the best tools in the world that is going to allow them to feed their families and also create livelihoods for their children. I am especially excited about the power of digital agriculture to transform the lives of smallholder farmers and the entire food value chain in the global south. With that small gadget, the cell phone, most farmers can now identify new pests, diseases. They can download information on how to grow crops in their fields. And I think that if we use this gadget well, it has the power to unlock some of the potential that lies within those smallholder agricultural farms. Unfortunately, we also have to address the gaps that exist in terms of access, where women, for example, and youth do not have access to those technologies. And we have to be mindful that we do not create a digital divide that would leave certain groups behind. So my research at the moment is trying to identify how can we ensure that this new technology, digital agriculture, is used in a way that it lifts the entire ecosystem of food production in the global south.